Here we are at the Scouting Combine. I'm with Vikings Vice President of Player Personnel, Rick Spielman. Rick, this is an event that I look forward to coming to cover every year. Is this something that you look forward to also?
Yeah, no, it's one of the most exciting times of the year for any personnel guy because it's an opportunity to, for myself, for my staff, for Leslie and the coaches to get down and get a chance to see these kids, especially the juniors that have just come out. This is going to be our first exposure to them.
I'm sure you've seen this a lot through your career, how this event has grown into a media spectacle. It's just blown up, and the fans know a lot more about it now. And sometimes I wonder if it gets overvalued. What role does the Combine play in your guys' evaluation? And I've heard you talk about how players don't all of a sudden become fourth-round picks and now they're a first-round pick. So what role does this play?
It's very important from the standpoint that all our medical and our doctors are down here and our medical staff's down here. So we get all the physicals out of the way and identify anything that we may not know from that area, which is a very important part of the process. So it's just another part of the process as you get your draft finalized when you get up there in April. And I think it's so popular now is because everybody, it's an unknown. And who's going to do what, who's going to go in the first pick, who's going to go, one of those guys that fall in the first round. So I think it's the anticipation and the excitement that the fans see out there, and I know it is for us as well.
You mentioned the underclassmen a little bit earlier. Can you kind of elaborate a little bit more on that? Why is this a good event or a good time to get to know those underclassmen?
Well, a lot of the seniors, we were able to get down there and interview them and got a chance to already talk to those guys. This is our first exposure to the juniors since they became eligible. So it'll be interesting to see because we spent the past month and our scouts have spent the past month gathering all the information, the background information that now you can go ahead and address with some of these players.
It's interesting how 330 or 350 or so players, it's something like that, they come in here, but they're not all here at the same time. They kind of shuffle through position by position. Can you kind of explain that process?
Yeah, I think it's basically the place kickers and the punters come in first along with the offensive linemen. And what they do is just because the amount of players that come in, so they have to bring them in segments because they have to go through physicals. If they have something there where they have to go get an MRI, they got to meet with the teams. You only have so much, 24 hours in a day to get a lot of this done. So everything that's involved in the process that's here, from the interviews, the psychological testing, the workouts, the weightlifting, the medicals, all that stuff takes time. So you can only bring so many in at one time and then kind of segmenting through and then bring the next group in.
So, a typical day for you, you're going, it's early in the morning and you're late at night interviews, right? It's nonstop.
Yeah, we usually don't. The workouts start about 8 in the morning. And then I usually get back to the room about 11:30 at night. So it's a pretty full day, but an exciting day.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, and good luck at the Combine.
Thanks for having me on.